Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Live Stuck podcast. Today, I'm excited for the topic today because it's been one that I've wrestled with as I've tried to become independent as a person, as a man, as a business person. It's one that I thought I had narrowed down to the right answer or the right attitude, but it turns out I was wrong. And I was very wrong, and I paid the consequences of being wrong. And I'm sharing them with you today so that hopefully you don't have to go through the same hardships that I did because of my attitude. What am I talking about? Okay, when you're trying to do something, you're going to have naysayers all of the time, right? And you're going to have people who want to give you advice, but they don't necessarily know what they're talking about. So the attitude that I was told I should adopt was, don't worry about what anybody says. Don't worry about their opinion. Don't listen to them. Just ignore everybody and do you. I thought it was great advice. I started living by that. And I said, man, I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm just out here to do whatever's right for me, and that's it. I don't care about anybody else's opinion. Now, that wasn't coming from a rude attitude. It wasn't coming just from me not liking people, nothing like that. It was just coming from me thinking and being taught by other adults, because this started when I was younger, and they started teaching me, and I started learning and accepting the idea that in order for me to be successful and accomplish whatever it is that I wanted to accomplish, I really had to ignore everybody else's opinion. If they didn't believe in me, if they thought what I was doing was wrong, all I had to do was just ignore them, right? Well, yes and no. And I'm going to share with you what I learned throughout the years and what has really helped me figure that out. First of all, have you noticed how many experts nowadays we have on social media? It doesn't matter what it is, what topic it is. You comment something on Facebook, Instagram, wherever it may be, and you get a bunch of your friends and some of their friends' friends and their friends' friends commenting on what you should do or how you should solve the problem. My favorite, honestly, is when someone posts about a certain challenge about in their relationship. Oh man, all of a sudden people are like marriage counselors and therapists, and everybody knows exactly what that person should do. The sad thing is that it's not really true. I mean, they're just talking from their own experience. And it's the same thing with finances, with fitness and health and dieting, business. Oh, that's a big one. When you're starting a business and you're trying to get ideas or running by your friends, all of a sudden, everyone's a Warren Buffett and everybody is an expert on the subject, right? Well, with all of those opinions on social media, all of those opinions everywhere, from coaches, from all kinds of stuff, in all kinds of places, you have to be able to see what is real, what is true, what is legit, and what's not. So a lot of people will tell you, ignore the naysayers, the ones that will comment right off the bat. You're not even done mentioning your idea, and they say, no, that's not going to work because of this. Oh, I tried that, but it didn't work, so you shouldn't do it. A friend of mine did it, and it didn't work. Someone told me that, so right away you get people who maybe are your friends or family, and they're not saying it with the wrong attitude. They just really believe that because it didn't work for them or someone they know, that it's not going to work for you. So they might be trying to protect you from that failure. And unfortunately, yes, some people might tell you you can't do it only because they're jealous or they don't want to see you succeed. There are those people, unfortunately. However, should you listen to the naysayers? No, I don't think so. I don't think you should, because you should go after what fulfills you and what feels right to you. The way I evaluate a lot of the things I do is when I go to sleep at night. When I'm in bed, when everything is quiet, when no one is talking to me, what is my mind, what is my conscience tells me about what I want to do? Do I feel regrets for not trying it? If I do, then I probably should try it. Do I feel guilt for having it tried even though I didn't really feel that it was the right thing to do? Okay, then maybe I shouldn't be trying it. Whatever is it that I feel when nobody else is talking to me, it's what I try to look for, and that's what makes me want to do or not do certain things. Okay, so the naysayers, stay away from them. Yes. But here's the big one that nobody explained to me, and it cost me a little bit. Be aware, equally aware of the Yae Sayers, the ones that tell you, yes, go and do it. Yes, yes, yes. Whatever idea you bring up, they'll tell you yes. It might be your grandma that just wants you to do stuff. It might be your mom, your dad, your best friend, your spouse, someone that just says, yes, try it. Yes, do it. But they don't really have experience with it either. They don't have the negative experience that the naysayers sometimes have. They don't have the good one or bad one, the Yae Sayers, but they're telling you to just go and do it. You have to be careful, because where they haven't lost any money, where they haven't lost any time, where they haven't risked maybe certain relationships because they haven't tried something, but they're willing to teach you, or not teach you, but encourage you to go and do it, you have to be careful, because they don't have any skin in the game. They might just be trying to maybe encourage you, but it's an encouragement without foundation as far as guidance. Now, on the other hand, it might be that they did something and it worked for them, but they don't really teach you what to do. They kind of just say, it worked for me, so go ahead and do it. But they don't really know if you have the same skills as them. They don't know if you have the same background. You don't know where they started, so they don't have that connection as to they're giving you encouragement, yes, but are you guys at the same level? Can they really guide you instead of just giving you encouragement? That's what you need to look for, more guidance rather than just a push. Which brings me to the third group of people, and the one that you should care about their opinion, the one that you should listen to, and maybe look for these people so that you can listen to their opinion. Again, naysayers, try to stay away from them. Yae Sayers, be careful, because their encouragement might be without foundation. The third group of people are the experts. These are people who have been where you are, who have learned lessons that you are on your way to learning, possibly the hard way, if you don't learn sooner rather than later. These are people who have accomplished probably what you're looking to accomplish yourself. And these are people that are usually willing to share with you what they have learned. These are experts who have validation, who have a record of having done what you're trying to do. These are the people that you need to look for. And yes, you should care what they think. Yes, you should care about what they say, because their opinion will matter. With that being said, at the end of the day, you need to do whatever feels right to you. Just because I'm telling you that you need to listen to their opinion, it doesn't mean you have to do exactly what they say. Okay? They can be right 99%, but maybe that other 1% that you choose to do different than what they did, maybe it's what sets apart someone from MySpace to Facebook, right? Kind of the same thing, same idea. However, Facebook just became giant because they did something different. So even if MySpace had coached Facebook on how to build a social platform, whatever Facebook did different worked obviously a lot more than what MySpace was doing. So just because you value their opinion doesn't mean you're going to do exactly what they tell you to. That's something that you feel, and that you just have to follow your instinct on whatever they tell you. Now, when we are looking for experts, I benefited a lot from asking questions. I started looking for people in the fields where I wanted to grow, and just started asking them how they do it, what would they suggest to someone my age? Because sometimes these people are older, and if not, you should look for older people who have been doing it longer. Trust me, what they know, oh my gosh. So then I would ask them, what would you suggest to someone like me in my 30s, now that you're 70, that I do now and that you wish you would have done? And the stuff they teach you is amazing. I have learned so much from many business people, from people with relationships, when I ask them about how to be a better husband, a better father, whatever it is. You need to look for that. You need to look for those people that can inspire you in whatever field you're trying to grow. One thing to keep in mind, and it's something that I had to keep in mind as well, it's that, and I'll give you a clear example. I had a business teacher, genius about making money and making businesses grow. Just incredible. So anything he said, I took it like law, like I will live by it. Then I asked him, he's probably well in his 80s or late 70s. Then I asked him about social media and business and how I could grow my business in social media. His advice for social media and business was poor, to say the least. Again, great guy. I respect him a ton. I would meet with him any chance that I had. I would go and do it because he's so smart. And he taught me so much about business. However, I didn't feel that his knowledge of social media and business was as good as his common knowledge of business. But I still followed it. I still tried to live by his advice on social media because I respected him, right? Well, it turned out really quick. I found out that he was just outdated when it came to social media. We're talking about a 70-year-old who had been very, very successful in his ways, but not with social media and business as we do nowadays. And I realized I wasted time. And worse than wasting time, I suppressed my own ideas and feelings about what I should be doing because I thought, well, this guy's rich. Like, if I do anything contrary to what he says, I must be wrong. So I ignored my feelings because I was trying to follow his. But eventually I realized I was wrong, and I started asking other people closer to my age what they were doing on social media to grow their business. I started going to seminars. I started looking on YouTube for people that teach that. What I learned has been incredible, and it has helped me a ton when it comes to growing my business. So what am I trying to say with this example? You might have a friend who's awesome at finances. He might have a good job. He's a good saver. He does a little things here and there as an investment to make extra money. Go to him for money advice if you want to. But if you have problems with your spouse, or you have problems raising children and you're having challenges with that, it doesn't mean that because he's good at one thing, all of a sudden he needs to be your mentor in every aspect. And I felt for that, and I paid the consequences on many other examples too. The one I told you about, this teacher, is just one. But instead, look for someone else. If you're having challenges with raising a teenager or any aged kid, look for someone who you feel and see that they're doing it right, that they're doing it kind of the way you wish you could do it, someone that you look up to, and ask them about that. But don't ask them about money if you don't see that they're prospering and progressing about finances. So the point is, look for people who are doing, who are accomplishing, who are living in the way that you want to grow. And then ask them and get all their information and their experience. Get books, get podcasts like this one. Go on YouTube. I mean, there are endless ways to get experiences from other people of what they have learned. So, should you care about what people think? Yes. Should you worry about their opinion? Yes. just the right people, not everybody. You can't listen to everybody's opinion about one thing. You have to pick one person and listen to them about that opinion. You should be looking for those people who will share that opinion with you, because it will save you time, money, stress, and sometimes it could cost you even relationships if you do things the wrong way, especially if you're trying to grow a business or do something that requires a lot of time. That can put a lot of stress on your family. And if there's someone out there who already did it and can teach you how to, not shortcut, but who can teach you what to watch for when you're on that road, it would just help you a ton. It has helped me a ton to be humble, put my pride aside, and go and ask other people how to do it. Even with this setup, as simple as it is, I'm not a tech guy. Like it takes me hours to do anything that has to do with technology. Well, I asked 2 people specifically. I asked them to just help me out. And yes, the look on their face when they're like, dude, it's just a microphone. Like, you just plug it in. Okay, but to me, it's hard. To them, it's not. So yeah, you have to be humble to go and ask, and you have to be willing to take correction from other people. So yes, care about what people think, but care about the right people and their opinion. I promise you, if you spend a little bit of time looking for the right person to ask the right questions, you will benefit a ton. Thank you for listening to this episode. I hope it was helpful. If it was helpful in any way, feel free to share it, please, with your friends so that more people can benefit from this message. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, where I'll be posting more videos from now on. And hopefully we can all grow together. And remember, until next time, don't live stuck.